Hello friends, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope that you will consider subscribing to my channel if you're enjoying the instruction that I'm giving you. So today we're going to be talking about playing faster. So there are really two key elements in being able to play at a rapid speed. The first is you must be able to play this passage slowly. If you can't play the passage perfectly, at 50, you're not going to be able to play it perfectly at 100. The second key is really being tension free. I know for myself and a lot of my students, when we play faster, we tend to tense up, when we need to do the opposite. If I'm tensing my hand, it's going to be harder for me to move and therefore harder for me to play faster. So we need to be as relaxed as possible. I know it's a bit counterintuitive to what your body actually wants to do, but it's very important in being able to play faster. Now I'm going to share with you some specific exercises to help you play faster. So say I was playing a passage of 8/16 notes, so just this A major scale. So what I would want to do is practice in rhythms. So I would start by practicing 2 at a time, and the key here is to make these 2 notes as fast as possible. And then you can have a rest, a waiting period, and that can be as long as you need to get mentally prepared for those next 2 notes. So I'll demonstrate. So the waiting period, the rest can be as long as you need to, but those 2 notes have to be as fast as possible. And then you can do the opposite grouping. So next, this is a passage of 16 notes. I would practice in triplets. This is such a good way to confuse your brain and therefore help you be able to play faster. That's a really, really good practice technique. Next, I would practice stopping and holding each note of the group of 16 notes. So I would start with the first, then the second, and then the third and the fourth. So here's the first. So I held out the first note of the group of 16 notes. Then I'll do the second. Then the third. Then the fourth. Again, trying to make my fingers go as fast as possible. Now here's how I develop my speed when I am practicing. So the very first day that I learn a piece or start playing it with the metronome, usually it takes me maybe a few days before that to just learn the notes, depending on, the difficulty of the piece. But I always practice with the metronome. It's like my best friend. That's pretty sad, but oh well. So the first day I put my metronome on as slow as I need to go. Sometimes that's 40, and then sometimes it's faster. Usually I tend to err on the slow side just so that I know I'm playing it exactly how I want it. Everything is in tune, all of the dynamics are there, etc., etc. So let's say the first day I start at 40, then I would bump it up to 50 that day. Then the next day I would come back, but I would start at maybe 46, and then I would go up to 56. And then the third day I would come back and start at 50, and then go up to 60. So really gradually increasing the tempo like that. If you find that you're getting stuck at a certain speed, I would first of all check and make sure that everything is nice and relaxed. Practice in the rhythms like I just described, and then I would actually probably take a day or 2 away from the piece and then come back to it, and you should be able to play it a little bit faster. Developing speed, like anything else on the violin, takes time. So please don't be in a rush. Don't be expecting to play Chardes if you're on like month 2 of learning, okay? But yeah, so those are my top tips on developing your speed. If you have a tip that I didn't mention, please leave it down below in the comments so that we can all help each other. And thank you guys so much for watching.